Mike, this is what Mike Tyson, when Mike Tyson shows up, everybody makes money, Jake Paul is. I don't have to tell you guys, you guys know. Mike Tyson is the A+++ side of that thing.
Dana White has just cancelled Jake Paul faster than one of Jake's cringy YouTube pranks, all because of that ridiculously scripted fight with Mike Tyson. From the very beginning, Dana called it like he saw it, insisting there was no way a legend like Tyson would genuinely need to step into the ring with Jake.
He was right.
The Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight.
Interesting.
Script.
How so? What do you mean by
It's just
script?
weird. It just
Let's be real. Tyson doesn't need the paycheck, the drama, or the dental work from fighting someone who probably Googles how to be a boxer before every match. But Jake insisted, and now the truth is out.
Jake needs these guys. Jake needs Tyson and needs all these other people because everybody's going to tune in to hope that Mike Tyson knocks him out.
Right.
They're not tuning in because they think Jake Paul's a great fighter and they want to see him.
Dana just dropped some major tea about what went down behind the scenes. And surprise, surprise, the whole thing was more staged than Jake's TikTok apology videos. But before we dive into the juicy details of Jake's antics, let's rewind to what Dana had to say about this nonsense from the beginning.
Jake Paul was scripted. That was a scripted fight. It was blatantly obvious. Go watch Mike train. And John Jones is an absolute problem. The scariest man on the planet.
You honestly think this kid's going to do anything to me? He's not good. He's not going to me out. He's not going to do this. And you saw him. He tripped when he was walking down the thing. He had a hard time walking up the stairs. He had a knee brace on. And Jake Paul couldn't do anything to him.
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson sounds like the opening act of a carnival, right? That's exactly how Dana White saw it. The UFC president wasn't just unimpressed. He was downright insulted. In typical Dana fashion, he went scorched earth, labeling the entire spectacle as a complete farce. Honestly, can you blame him? When a 57-year-old legend with creaky knees and a knee brace still manages to outclass a self-proclaimed future of boxing, there's not much to defend.
He's not going to knock me out. He's not going to do this. And you saw him. He tripped when he was walking down the thing. He had a hard time walking up the stairs. He had a knee brace on. And Jake Paul couldn't do anything to him. He made a ton of money. And I know people are mad. You stayed home on a Saturday night, but you didn't pay for it. You know what I mean? And, Mike, this is what Mike Tyson, when Mike Tyson shows up, everybody makes money. Jake Paul is. I don't have to tell you guys. You guys know. Mike Tyson is the A+++ side of that thing. And he was right. Jake Paul couldn't do shit to him.
White's disdain wasn't subtle. He didn't just question Jake Paul's abilities, he cancelled them. The so-called fight wasn't a display of skill. It was a cringe-worthy reminder that Jake's boxing career is a product of gimmicks, not grit. Dana, never one to mince words, made it clear that boxing deserved better than this overhyped train wreck. Jake Paul isn't exactly known for taking the hard road. His strategy has always been to cherry-pick opponents who generate headlines rather than provide real competition. Dana White has been one of the loudest critics of Jake's tactics, and this time he wasn't holding back.
Saying that it was scripted because Tyson trained really hard but then was like throwing the fight in the ring.
The way Tyson trained, the way he looked, the way he moved.
Training it and fighting though. Training it and fighting. I can get on board. I don't want to use the term scripted. Here's what my takeaway was after watching the fight. And it reminded me a little bit of Mayweather-Pacquiao from a few years ago.
Jake isn't a boxer. He's a marketer. A good one, sure. But that doesn't make him a fighter. The Mike Tyson match was the peak of Jake's absurdity. Dana slammed the fight as proof that Jake prioritizes entertainment over authenticity. Why go up against someone your age and in your weight class when you can call out a 57-year-old icon? Let's not forget Tyson wasn't exactly in peak condition. Despite his age and physical limitations, Tyson still managed to expose Jake's lack of real skill. That's not a win for Jake. It's an embarrassment. Mike Tyson might not be the same ferocious knockout artist he was in the 80s, but even at 57, he's no slouch. The man's technique, even with limited mobility, was miles ahead of Jake's. Watching Tyson dominate key moments of the fight was a reminder that experience and skill matter far more than social media followers. Dana White didn't miss the opportunity to highlight how ridiculous this matchup was. Tyson, who probably spends more time icing his knees than training, was still able to control the fight, while Jake struggled to land anything meaningful. If this was supposed to cement Jake as a legitimate boxer, it did the opposite. It showcased how far he is from being a serious contender. If there's one thing Dana White detests, it's the degradation of combat sports, and to him, Jake Paul is the poster child for everything wrong with modern boxing. White didn't just criticize Jake's fight with Tyson. He used it as a case study in how to destroy a sport's credibility. Boxing, in Dana's view, has become a playground for influencers and entertainers, leaving actual athletes sidelined. Dana compared Jake's career to a reality TV show, scripted, shallow, and focused solely on creating viral moments. It's not about skill or dedication. It's about how many people you can get to click. The fight aired on Netflix.
Jake Paul saying he was banned from all UFC events and then put the costume on.
Yeah, nobody's banned from the UFC. Listen, that kid knows welcome to come to UFC.
Yeah, no, he's just saying that to make it seem like I wasn't banned, but definitely has sent an email to me saying I'm trespassed from all UFC events and I'm not welcome back, etc. Of course, Dana doing what he does best, which is lie.
A move Dana saw as a clear sign of failure for a guy who prides himself on being a draw.
See some of these crossover fights. Obviously, I know that you and Jake Paul have had your disagreements. Do you think that Jake's gotten better as a boxer?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And listen, what Jake Paul has accomplished is he's fighting old guys.
Yes.
He's fighting, all he fights are old guys and whatever. But listen, say what you want, he wins. And he makes money. So he's doing his thing, you know?
You just don't. He's fighting a 57-year-old champ now. What's
58.
58. Don't want to take a year away from you, Mike.
He's fighting a guy that's almost 60 years old. And you know what I mean? I mean, that says it all. That says it all. There's nothing else that needs to be said. That's his shtick. That's his thing. He fights guys that are old, usually undersized guys, older.
Jake's decision to stream the fight on a platform known for binge watching rather than pay-per-view was, to Dana, proof of Jake's lack of seriousness as a fighter. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson sounds like the opening act of a carnival, right? That's exactly how Dana White saw it. The UFC president wasn't just unimpressed. He was downright insulted. In typical Dana fashion, he went scorched earth, labeling the entire spectacle as a complete farce. Honestly, can you blame him? When a 57-year-old legend with creaky knees and a knee brace still manages to outclass a self-proclaimed future of boxing, there's not much to defend.